Hello, everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacino. Voice is going away, so don't know what to make of that, but we'll try to get through this. Hello, Patrick. Hey, George. You think the pullback's over? Rally resumes tomorrow. Would not surprise me to see at least a bounce going into the long weekend. Just to recap today. We had the composite and services number from S&P coming in lower than expected, higher than previous, but still an expansion. The ISM number was a big story. They're still all in expansion, but a big miss from what was forecast and much lower than prior. Uh, Employment number pulling back substantially. And what do we have? And also prices pulling back too. Prices pulling back also. New orders also a very big drop. Then we had our crude numbers. Our crude numbers, pretty decent draw there. Tomorrow, remember Friday, the stocks are closed. The futures are very short in hours, and that's only some of the futures. Some of the other ones are closed. So Thursday, we have initial jobless claims and continuing jobless claims at 7:30, 1 hour before the open, like always. We got Bullard speaking 30 minutes after the open. Then we have rig counts early because of Good Friday, but we still have to. It's interesting that the non-farm is still on Friday, but it is on Friday, so we shall see today. Some mega cap pullbacks, healthcare rotation into safety and defensive. Oil and gas still strong, utilities still strong. So that was pretty much it. If we look at here, utilities, healthcare, and energy are the three that were leading it. Industrial technology and consumer cyclical pulling back. So it was a rotation into safety plays. About 45% favor a rate hike in May. It's still pause, or cut between twos. Still, where does this have us by the end of the year? Back to 400 basis points, 4 to 4.25. So the interesting enough, still going with the three cuts, fear and greed in neutral mode still. By the way, the trading schedule, everything closes tomorrow at regular time. All right, it opens again, regular time. And for the stuff we follow. And the equities close early. And interest rates close at 10:15 and FX closes at 10:15. And energies and metals are closed. So if you're just trading energies and metals, don't worry about it. Grains, dairy, lumber, livestock, don't worry about it. I will still be doing stuff, but there won't be a live stream because it's going into the close on, I'm taking Friday off. Taking Friday off, I guess. That'll be good. That will be good. Hey, Daniel. Good evening, Anissa. I think everybody's already in vacation mode. Unless you are looking at Richardson Electronics or Simulations Plus, nothing to look at. Only thing left on the agenda that, we got, I guess, Applied Blockchain, but Levi Strauss. And WD-40, the whole company is reporting. But that's about it after close tomorrow and Friday being Good Friday. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. So, we got the nice little, let me pull off some of these things that didn't matter. Nice, we have finally a 2-day pullback. This is actually the first real 2-day pullback since beginning of March. There we go. A little bounce into the close. If we look at this 4-hour, coming down not all the way to the end of the clear path, but I mentioned I'd be watching 4,090 to about 4,100, hitting that 4,100 where the dip buyers came in and rallied back to key resistance, the breakdown zone. Remember, we had that potential double that never triggered. We got the sell-off and now breaking, coming back to that breakdown zone. So we start rallying above about 41.20. Miners 41.25, and then pretty significance 41.34. That's what I'm utilizing overnight through tomorrow. If we break down major supports 4,100, and then I'm going to that 4090 area. Okay, which would finally reconnect us completely with the rotation zone. Although, you know, this is going to keep rising. We'll get 2-day pullback. Still, cycles rolling over on the daily. Doesn't have to be a super bullish day tomorrow. It could be choppy, and then we could see how we close out the week and go into Monday. NASDAQ coming back down with that double top, finally triggered. First, second, almost third targets hit, returning to the rotation zone and this little ledge that it broke through with the heavy selling pressure this morning. So, unless we get above about 13,100, above 13,100, then I'll be going to about 13,150. Otherwise, support coming in at 13,000, about 30. And then I just shoot for this lower to 12,996, so 13K. But that's about it. Dow holding up the best. Again, rotation into safety, a little triangle pattern here. Sort of an awkward triangle pattern, but still holding the rotation zone on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. I'm really watching for about a break below 33.5 if we're going to sell off. Otherwise, the breakout play would be above 33.7. So it's a little breakout or breakdown play. I personally would not be aggressive going into a shortened trading week this week with non-farm payroll coming out when trading's, I mean, there's futures open for the last little bit. So you could technically do something in the futures market, but that's about it. Russell hitting all the targets. Remember, Russell, I've been saying, if you're looking for weakness, turn to Russell first for the time being. That's not always going to be the case. The time being, Russell, in order to get anything bullish going, has to get above about 1775. Otherwise, that's key resistance. And the breakdown area is about 1750. Again, there's not a great setup there. VIX, still, even with the sell-off, I mean, it was trying to get above 20 for a bit, then just dropping back down. There is no fear in this market whatsoever. None. DAX. Also, remember, a lot of the shorter-term stuff has gone to zero-day expiration hedging. DAX, still watching for a reconnection with the rotation zone. There's up again into the confirming area for the huge weekly double bottom. We need to see how this closes out the week. But getting rejected, there's still some selling pressure up here. You see push up there, push up there, push up there, and closing back down. Although this is the highest close. We just set a new high close. The yield, just putting this up there because this is a sloppy double top. Actually, you can see it on the monthly. What does it look like if we were going to, people might be wondering where we could pull back to long term, because if this triggers, this could be a multi-month pattern. It could eventually go to 256 for yield for the 10-year. I'd be focusing on 275 on the major breakdown. But there we go with that. Just wanted to point that out. Also, the 10-2's yield curve based off the futures still caught in. By the way, this is just a horribly ugly pattern, so I would not even know. Or that was more just drawing for a trend line, not for a head and shoulders. Dollar index bounced today on any follow through. Just watching for reconnection with the rotation zone. That's about it there. Coming back down, finding the support between the 87.5 and the, remember I said I was watching that 100 to 110, and we bounced nicely off of it. We bounced nicely with some momentum and then just a little follow through right there. Crude, again, we had not a bad draw, but no pullback just yet. I'm going to be reassessing this going into next week unless we break down below. So far, we're getting a sideways correction, but unless we break down below Monday's low, that's the only thing I'm really keying off right now. Natty gas, still the potential double, but this is turning into consolidation. Gold, Starting to watch next week for a substantial topping pattern. Remember, metals are closed on Friday. From aggressive from this breakout, I'd be trailing below today's low. Silver, watching for topping pattern also. Copper, not much. Gonna keep an eye if this pops back up above 50 on the Japanese 10 years. Other than that, the 120.67, and this did hit it. So now this is sort of interesting. We do have a potential double bottom play in the yen. Front run on a break and a close above today's high. That would be a %B buy front run pattern. So I am keeping an eye now on the yen. Euro just back to key support. Some of these like the euro and the pound really waiting for next week to get going again. Pound just a little pullback. Bitcoin not much sitting in consolidation. Looks like most people have taken the rest of the week off. Along with people watching the live stream. Tesla finally breaking down below the 50. Remember, Kimball put in a plan, and so did the CFO, Kirk. So there are going to be some more selling up in the future. Not yet filling the gap. The big breakdown play is still below 163. Other than that, I wouldn't be positioning much going into it. Again, Tesla's closed on Friday, so you just have tomorrow. If we do bounce, would not be surprised to see Tesla bouncing back into consolidation. What else do we have? Anything interesting? The spiders coming back down. First and second targets finally hit into the bounce. The final target 405.55 if it rolls over again. Qs, first second targets hit, little bounce. 313.68 if it rolls over and you still have a gap left behind. We got the semiconductors turning over. Semiconductors, well, we haven't triggered the double topping pattern yet. We've pulled back to key breakout support and still holding the rotation zone. So it started a pullback, but we have not broken critical support yet. And NVIDIA, yes, you still have the little double in play. Let me double check that again. I forgot to double. Yeah, barely. And now the rotation zone is finally getting out of the way. That's what the one I'm really watching before the breakdown in semis if NVIDIA triggers the double top. If I said double bottom, I meant double top. Sorry about that. So that's where we sit with that. Some of you are hiding. Why are you hiding? Why is hiding going on? Again, I don't need to. What is the PE on this crazy thing? 157. Absolutely absurd, but the market will be absurd until it's not. I don't think we need to keep anybody around longer. Again, I hope everybody is, if you celebrate Easter and as going into Easter weekend, there's more important things to do than try to trade every day. There'll be wonderful trading. Again, picking up after Easter, so enjoy time with friends and family. And if you can't tune in, then I will see you on the flip side when you get back. Everyone have a wonderful evening. I will be back tomorrow morning for the unemployment numbers, and we'll see if there's any decent short-term setups, but we're not going to force anything. Hey, bro. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye for now.